Yeah. All right, well, welcome back to the second episode of Inside the Whites. This week joined by Will Buse. How are you, mate?
Great.
Really good, yeah.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, it's good to have you here, mate.
Oh, buzzing to be here. What a setup you have as well.
It's alright, isn't it?
It's got better than the other week. We only had these little ones, but now we've got the big boy in there. We've got the light in.
Cameras, lighting.
We're
Moving up a
professional,
little
mate. We're professional.
Moving up in the world.
We are.
Yeah.
We're going Football League.
Yeah, hopefully.
Football League setup, at least. Thank you very much to Andrews Building Services for sponsoring this episode. We appreciate the support. Go check out the link in the description. Davo, get us underway, mate.
Yes. Well, it would be stupid not to start with 3 consecutive Player of the Month,
Yeah.
which I don't think we've had before. Certainly not consecutive. It takes, I would say most of the time, to be a keeper and to be in the spotlight, usually something bad's gone wrong. But how does it feel to get recognition from the fans?
Like I said, fans are always a part of a club. They're like the backbone behind the club, aren't they? So, you know, managers go and change, so do players, and sometimes ownerships as well. But that fans, that real core, like you two probably know, they're from teenage to up when they're older, and then their kids come. So it's always nice to be recognised and to get 3 back-to-back Player of the Months. Like, I can just thank the fans, really. Like, I love playing here and I love enjoying my football, and if the fans can get behind me and get behind the team, then it's a success for everyone, really.
Let's touch on like recent form then. So in 2026, there's only been the 1 defeat. It's been a decent run of fixtures, a clean sheet for you this month, last month.
Yes.
How's it come together then since?
I think with anything is, if you put 11 new or 16 new players together, like has been this year, it's going to take a little while to click, isn't it? So when I was at Yeovil, we had a brand new squad as well, and it didn't click for the first few games. Then changes get made and it clicks a little bit better, doesn't it? So I think just time to work out each other's strengths, weaknesses. But I think half a season gives you a good guidance, doesn't it? And then everyone starts playing together. Like, there's friendships, bonds made.
Yeah.
Like, people working for each other, putting extra effort in. And yeah, it comes together as a collective, and everyone clicks. And you know, I think it shows with performances we've had since coming back from the Christmas period. Even before, I would say there were some good performances in there.
Just a little bit less consistent in that period, but it's definitely there was the odd win and then we might lose, but then since Boxing Day, it's been
hopefully
a lot more successful.
steadied it down a little bit, more consistent. We were winning, and we were almost not getting high, but like you'll be really high after winning, great win, and then you'd lose, and then like it'd just be up and down. So
It's an emotional roller coaster.
It is,
and no one wants an emotional roller coaster, do they? Everyone's nice, consistent, playing. Of course, it's football. You're going to lose games, and you're going to draw games. You're going to win games. But I think as long as you've got that consistency throughout the squad and throughout the results, then that's all that matters, really.
I suppose in a league where you have 46 games, it's important to never get too high and never get too low.
Yeah,
with them coming thick and fast, I suppose that's a key to, you know, remaining grounded and taking every game as it is.
I think, listen, you can be happy when you win. Like, the fans will be happy when they win. And you're going to be disappointed when you lose. Obviously, it's human nature, isn't it? But I think if you stay level-headed and not get too high or too low after games, we've had some poor results and we've had some really good results. So Worthing, real up there high. Everyone was buzzing, fans, the whole club in general.
Yeah.
And then if you put on the lower side, when we don't like to talk about it too much, but when we lost to Maidenhead, that's almost not as low as you can go, but that is like...
It's the complete opposite.
That's too massive.
Yeah.
So you can't get too low after that. You put it as a one-off, learn from it. And then same with Worthing. You kind of take that momentum. Yeah. Take that momentum through to the games. I think since the return, we've put in some good performances. Unlucky or disappointing to lose against Hampton. Or draw against Hampton. That last 10-minute goal.
Wouldn't have foul though. Wouldn't have foul if you watched it back.
It wasn't a foul.
We got robbed there.
It wasn't a foul.
It,
But like I said, football is
You're
unpredictable.
not going to get every decision right.
Refs can make some silly decisions sometimes and some without saying too much. So you just got to defend the set piece. And
Where was the lino in that situation?
Oh, yeah, it was, yeah. Yeah, it was.
The ref didn't blow.
Mm.
You just said before about, which I've never really thought of much, but how friendships bond when you've got such a new group of players. And that must play a big part, because once you've built a friendship, surely it's just human nature to then want to play even more. I know you do anyway for the football club and the manager and that, but once you've got that, compared to not knowing these players, to having like a group of mates that you want to perform for.
Oh, 100%. I think you see the best kind of, especially in these lower leagues and the non-league kind of section, the teams what do the best are generally the teams what stay together, and they've bonded over years and years and years. If I go back to a couple of years, I was on loan at Bath, and that squad has been together like 6-7 years, and we managed to reach the playoffs off. Okay, it wasn't the most pretty football we played, but everyone had each other's back, and I think it's the same here. Like, you bonded, you make friends, your car schools, obviously, people coming in, and then you can have a laugh at training, and you should obviously have each other's back on the football pitch. But I just feel there's a special bond that everyone has, and then you're working your socks off for each other. If someone makes a mistake, there's someone back in to help your mate out. And it's a nice thought, really, knowing that you're going on a pitch with 11 players, 16 players, a whole squad, and, you know, every single one of them are going to do their best to help you out. And ultimately, that's what the fans want and the manager wants, and as a team, that's what you want,
It's good
really.
to see.
Does it help having quite a lot of younger lads in that dressing room, like, you know, under 25, instead of, like, you know, we have got a couple older ones, but
Older heads.
the majority is, you you know, players
No
that
comment.
aren't 25 yet. So does that help with the team atmosphere and the changing room?
I think it's definitely helps with energy. Obviously, young lads eager. I'm not saying the older lads aren't eager, but I mean, young lads are generally, they're coming on loan. Some of them, they want to prove themselves to the parent club, to the manager. So there's definitely a lot of energy around younger boys. Obviously, the experience, you do have to have some experience in there, because you look at Davo, Brigo, all the older boys. I'm probably missing some out, but they've had years and years of experience, and they've kind of learnt the craftsmanship, and their tactical awareness is very, very good.
Yeah.
And obviously younger players make maybe a couple more mistakes because they're trying new things, which is absolutely acceptable, really. So yeah, a good balance. Having a younger kind of squad makes it a lot more energetic, especially the way we play. We're a high press team, really, or we like to get after teams, and we have a high line. So I think you need that in a squad to play that way, because if you imagine you pressing all game and you blow up after 60 minutes, then it's only downhill from there, isn't it?
Yeah.
You talk about, obviously, there are a lot of young lads, but like yourself, like you've been at a few clubs already, you're not exactly old.
Yeah.
You know, you had a relegation last year with Weymouth, but you've also had a promotion to this division before.
Yeah.
How much does that help, that experience, even being a young keeper like yourself?
I think, especially as a goalie, obviously you develop later, but if you can get them early experiences as a younger man, you're just going to develop further, aren't you? So I haven't actually had a simple season as in men's football. So my first proper loan was to Taunton Town when I was maybe 18, 19, and we got promoted from the Southern Prem to the Conference South. And then I went on loan to Yeovil when we got relegated from the National League to the National League South. And then I signed from Bristol City to Yeovil. And then we went up from the National League South, National League South to the National League. And then obviously stuff happened at Yeovil, which is in football. Ended up getting sent on loan to Weymouth, where we got relegated. So
That's an emotional rollercoaster in itself, isn't it?
Yeah. So
It
that
sounds better than just being like a mid-table team for 3 or 4 years in the bounce. I don't know. I mean, I haven't experienced the relegation, but I saw the promotions to make up for it.
Promotion's really high. And relegation is really low. So it's not nice being on the bottom four. When we were in the bottom four this year, it's not a nice feeling, because once you're in there, it's not as easy as it looks on paper to get out.
Some good teams in there.
But then that's what you said about team togetherness. That's when each other have to have everyone's back, and then you rise up as a club, climb out of there, and then hopefully you're on better things to come.
You obviously mentioned Yeovil there, but you started at Bristol City, didn't you?
Yeah.
Was that through childhood? Was that?
Yeah. So originally, when I was young, I was on at Yeovil. I think it was Centre of Excellence at the time. They went bust, so I went on trial at, I think it was Bristol Rovers, Bristol City, Exeter. There might be one more. And then basically I was just going to go to the one more, respond the quickest, and Bristol City responded within a couple of days, so that's where my loyalties kind of stayed.
With clubs like that, obviously they're bigger clubs than Salisbury. What type of things do you learn from those types of clubs? And even Yeovil is an established big club.
I think it's such an elite level. Like, I know they're not in the Premier League, they're in the Championship, but everything they do is elite. Whether it's training is always intense, always like you're playing a game, match intensity. Food, like the food's unbelievable. They're putting on salmon, chicken at lunchtime, literally getting your macros in, everything you need.
Yeah.
It's all done for you. The S&C, they have a gym there. Like, I think everything's done for you or put on a plate for you to perform at the best level you can on the weekend. I think that's what I would say. Obviously with smaller clubs and non-league clubs, that's not always necessary. Like, you can't do that. That's very hard to come across in, especially the non-league. But you say that, look at some of the National League clubs, how big they are now.
Oh, massive. Huge. The National League now, it's almost like the old League Two, I would say. If you look at the teams in there, you would think it would be League Two going back 10 years.
It's absolutely, it's ridiculous. And I think with time, obviously the National Leagues are pretty much, full-time league now, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Conference South, Conference North, a lot of them are full-time, probably 50-ish% maybe, maybe a little bit less. And then you go to Southern Prem, some of them are full-time.
Some big teams in that league as well, like, I mean, Weymouth being one.
Oh, huge.
Just shows you the level that non-league's going nowadays. I mean, people have said it, but they don't reckon there'll be a part-time team that survives in this league in 5 years' time. So
yeah, I think
it just shows
you've got to move with the times almost. And I think if this one becomes in a few years, if this is a full-time league, then that again go down to the Southern Prem, and I think that league will eventually, over time, could potentially be full-time.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, Cal said it in the previous podcast that when Salisbury were going back, when they were playing, Cal and Gaffer, Salisbury were the only full-time club in the division.
Wow.
And now we're not full-time and there's 15 other teams that are. And just in that 10 years, I mean, that's how much the league has improved.
Change.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. And what can you say, like, imagine going to someone who doesn't really know about football. I play in the, 7th tier of English football.
Yeah.
And all right, like, would you play on a Sunday, do you?
Yeah.
No, I'm actually full time. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Going on Love Island.
Yeah, going on Love Island. There's a few of them, isn't there?
You must have looked up to Marek Sketch then.
Yeah. So funny enough, I was a ball boy.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. So when they got promoted into the Championship, which is
when Paddy Madden was scoring.
Paddy Madden outside the boot at Wembley. They're the kind of memories you remember playing football or watching football.
Did you go to that game?
I did, yeah.
I was there.
Well,
I used to watch over all the time.
Yeah, you said actually, yeah.
Yeah, that was. It's a remarkable achievement, really, if you think about it. Like
where they were, for a town the size of Yeovil to be in the Championship.
It's unbelievable. I remember actually, I was in the. So you got the goal here. I was in the little, almost looking diagonal at the pitch.
Yeah.
And I think it was me, my dad, my brother, and I think I went with Tommy Conway, or my mate, and his dad. That was a really cool memory, really.
How was your friendship go with Tommy Conway then? Because you must have played at Bristol City together.
So, funny enough, we were in Diggs.
Okay.
So we lived in Diggs for as scholars. So the first year, we were actually sharing a room. with each other. So imagine 2 18-year-olds sharing a room at Diggs.
Yeah.
It was really good, like a great experience to move away from home and kind of have your freedom a little bit. You're obviously training every day, you're doing your college bits, but you're training with your mates really.
Yeah.
That was a real core group who, from maybe under 12s all the way to pro,
Yeah.
a lot of them stayed. But yeah, Tommy's a really good player and a good friend of mine. I actually spoke to him the other day, and I'm really, really happy to see how well he's been getting on. And, well, fingers crossed, they're at the top of the table, aren't they?
Yeah.
Middlesbrough, so I'd be absolutely buzzing if he can.
He got a bit of stick for that
promotion.
move, didn't he, when he went to Middlesbrough? He got a bit of stick from the City fans, but...
Yeah, I think you're always gonna get a bit of stick wherever
Yeah.
you go, aren't you? It's just the nature of it. He's a homegrown player, and he's come through and deservedly got into the team, and then deservedly kept himself in the team. So
Yeah.
to get that move to, it's a big club, Middlesbrough. You got to remember they were in the Prem, right?
Yeah.
They're,
Massive.
they're a huge club. So sometimes you can't turn down an opportunity which you think.
No.
Well, these players, I suppose clubs can be stepping stones just to keep making it to the dreamland, which is the Premier League for any footballer, isn't it? I
Of course
guess.
it
So
is.
if you've got to find the correct way to get there, or the easiest way to get there.
Yeah, well, I think the best way to get somewhere is, imagine just being in a club. Say, for instance, Salisbury, perfect example. You sign on with them when they're in the lower leagues, maybe the Conference South. Imagine the accomplishment you've had if you manage to stay with the team. And there's only a few players who have actually done it. Through it, and then you potentially go to the National League, then League Two, then League One.
Oh,
That brings
that's
us...
the dream for anyone.
Yeah.
I think that's
That brings us nicely on
unbelievable.
to the next point. How excited are you at the potential prospect of Salisbury being a full-time team next season? Obviously, nothing's guaranteed yet, but it's the plan. So,
I think it's massive. I think it's such a big step in the right direction. I remember when I was at Taunton like 3-4 years ago. Salisbury were in the league, and they weren't doing as well as they probably should be doing. Maybe as the size of the city and the fan base, you'd expect them probably to do a bit better. But from then, they've really come uplifted, and to go full time, I think really shows a statement of intent to the league, and to the whole city in general.
Yeah.
I think it's a big enough city to go bigger. It's exciting, yeah. It's exciting especially for the fans and the club, and the players who are potentially going to be here next year.
Yeah, it is, because like you say, you're not going to. It's a big decision to make, and once you go full time, it's not like they're going to go back and go semi-pro again the following year. It's almost do or die. Let's go for this. And I know obviously the new ownership's plans to be in Football League, so you need a few more clean sheets, Busey.
A few more to go. I think you got to give credit to Ali and the ownership. To take a club to full time is a big responsibility, and obviously I see and some people see just the top end of what goes on, but I imagine there's so much work what goes or has to go on underneath in the behind the scenes to make that possible. So it's exciting for sure. It is exciting.
I want to go back a little bit to the summer when you were. I feel like you were one of the trialists. I just felt like you were a trialist for ages.
Yeah.
So eventually got signed in.
Yeah.
How did that actually come about then? How did the move happen? What was pre-season like as a trialist?
So it's a weird one, really. Like you said earlier, this is like the first time I've technically been semi-pro or out of a professional contract. So going up through Bristol and then moved straight to Yeovil. So I've never ever been out of contract. So it's kind of a unseen and scary place for me. 'Cause you got to think, like, once you're out of contract, you finish in July as a full-time team. Your contract finishes in July. So almost after that, you stop getting paid, like everything happens, and of course you still got bills and everything to pay. So I got invited down to Truro initially. I trained there for a couple weeks.
It's a long commute.
Yeah, so they train in Plymouth, so it's about an hour
okay.
and 45, so it's a long time. It's the Yeovil's ex-goalkeeping coach there, so I knew him quite well. Trained there, played there, and basically in my head I gave it 2 weeks. I was like, you're out of contract. 2 weeks is like, I need to find a club and I want to be secured in a club and, you know, get to know the players before the season starts. You don't want to come in a day before, do you, really? So I just said, we played Plymouth, and I said, basically, like, I need to know yes or no. He was like, I just want to see, obviously I've only seen you for 2 weeks and you played a game. Like, I want to see you a bit more. And I was just like, I knew Harty's already messaged me early in the summer, so I was like, I just need to explore other options for now. And Truro were a bit of a long ball team as well, and I think it probably kind of played against me that I like to play short a little bit more. So got in touch with Harty again and said, like, this is my situation. I'm not saying that's off the cards, but I love what you said, and the aspirations of the club is what you want to go in there. So got in. Gaffer and Harty just want to be clear and make sure they're making the right decision. So I come in, and I think it was, who did we play? We played someone away, and it wasn't the best game.
Downton or something.
And I think it was someone after that. It was who was it?
What, in a friendly?
Yeah, we lost.
Wimborne. Yeah.
Oh god,
So,
yeah.
coming to Wimborne. That's my first game. Obviously very difficult coming in. You've obviously got trialists and everything, so we lost 2-0. And then coming the next one, I think it was Eastleigh, where I think we lost, but I think we played quite well.
We did, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that game.
And
because we weren't expected to win it.
Yeah. And from that moment forward, I thought, yeah, this is a good club. Like, I come here, seen obviously the changing rooms, and the whole club as in general was really, really good. And I genuinely think it's massively improved as well. So since coming here to the start of the season to now, I think there's a lot more going on behind the scenes. There's always people saying hi to you and smiley faces, which is always nice to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
But played a few games, trained, and then it got to the pool game. So we were in talks beforehand, but like what happens in football, you're talking about bits and bobs, just small things, and by the pool game, I knew what was what really. So after that, I got a call from Gaffer, and we got it sorted.
Yeah.
In time for Hampton and Richmond away.
Yeah. Which that was an unfortunate game. We should have won. I don't know how we didn't win that. That's a fine, by the way, Dave. Is that
That's
you?
Busey.
That's you. That's a fine.
That's Busey. That's one of the lads being a wind up.
It might be.
You might have to take that.
Nah, it won't be. It's probably the England manager.
Yeah.
England futsal.
Well, look, do you know what? That interests me, the point you made about Truro being a long ball team and like your thought process behind signing a club. Because I think to most of us, the outsiders, we think goalkeeper. Like, do they care about, you know, are you just a shot stopper? But that actually plays a part in your decision. It's quite interesting.
I think goalkeepers, especially modern day goalkeepers, are more than just a goalkeeper, essentially. I think back in the day, you used to stand in your box.
Yeah.
Anything that comes up you, try and save. Anything in the air around you, come take. But I think now, modern day goalkeeping, you're a part of the build-up play as well. So you got to think the idea behind playing short or playing nicer football is you're trying to get from point A to point B as safely as possible. And then if they're full pressed, you can get to point A to point B by playing through people. And then all of a sudden, you've probably seen it a few times there, you play past that press, and then you're on almost a counter-attack. So I think it's important as a goalie to kind of know what club you're going to. Obviously, we play quite a high line now, and I got to be kind of a little bit sweepy keeper, which is my kind of style. The negative side to that is it's a lot more riskier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not putting yourself in harm's way, as in
Less room for mistakes.
yeah. So playing that way, mistakes are going to happen. Mix up in me and the defenders, or misjudge it, or whatever might happen. Or they slip through, we're too high and they slip through in between us. But the percentage of actually that happening and us clearing the ball, it might look like
Risk-reward.
might look unthreatening to people watching the game, but if you come out and sweep a ball, that's potentially stopped a cross or a shot, really. So it's a huge thought process what goes into making sure the club's right for you, and like I said, and they want to make sure you're right for the club.
I think I can safely say that it's been a relief seeing your name on the team sheet week in, week out, because I think last year we went through 6 goalkeepers, was it, Toe? Someone will let
We
us
went
know
through a
in the
few,
comments.
5 I think it was, maybe.
5.
But yeah, we went through quite a few.
And it was painful at times. It really was painful, because it's that one person you want to see on the team sheet that you got some trust in, and or just happy to see their name there. So yeah,
I guess that communication between backline and you is so important, especially, you know, you're forming and growing a relationship with whoever that may be. I think it only gets better and more consistent the longer it goes on. So switching every other
Goalkeepers,
month
yeah.
was probably quite difficult, but
I think, like you said, it's the relationship, really. They know your game better and you know their game better.
Yeah.
But as soon as you come in, it's like when you come in on trial or you come in a pre-season as trialist, like you don't know each other's game as much, so you can't play potentially the best football you can. You had a few injuries. You had some really good goalies last year as well, but you got unfortunate with a few injuries as well, didn't you? Which
we did 2 of them, I think. But...
So, well, sometimes when your luck's down, your luck's down.
Yeah, true.
I think we had one recalled at the start of the season who was doing well, and then we had to get another one in, and it unfortunately didn't work out for him. Then we had a couple loanies and 1 month contracts and whatnot. But yeah, it's really nice to have a settled number one this season.
And
but
as a goalie, that's what you want as well. You want to be playing week in, week out, trying to help the team out as much as you can. And kind of being that person that doesn't change in the team, because strikers, no matter if you're playing really well or if you're playing really well, you might get changed either way. You might have a Saturday game where you might need to freshen up a little bit. In goal, you can kind of keep going all the way through, even though it's maybe mentally draining because you've got to concentrate the whole game. Physically, it's not as bad as other positions. So, yeah, I think it's quite important for a team just to have a core kind of player which plays.
Looking forward, we've now got 3 home games on a bounce. Am I right in saying that?
yeah.
3 home games on a bounce. How much of a difference does it make playing at home compared to away?
Oh, I love it. I love playing here. Yeah, especially when the crowd's hyped up. Yeah. I know you boys and I think the management's talked about it before. Going down that end.
Salisbury Cop.
The Salisbury Cop. It does create a really special atmosphere. Yeah. Again, you also know your pitches. You go to Dorking, which wasn't the best 4G, even though maybe it's not, even if it's been raining or it's been cut up a little bit, even if it's not potentially the perfect playing surface, you kind of know how to play your pitch a little bit better.
Yeah.
That with the home support, I think, is, I really look forward to home games.
Good.
Really look forward to it.
So hopefully we'll get 9 points out the next 3, mate.
Yeah, fingers
Got
crossed.
some tough opposition. We're starting with Saturday Ebbsfleet. They're flying.
I think we've had a really tough run in recent weeks. It almost, as in, the teams we've played have either been a really good run or they've been up there in the league table.
Yeah.
It just seems to, like, every time we get to a team, they're doing well.
Yeah.
But I think we play better against better teams.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Worthing proves that one.
And it's a challenge, isn't it? Like, you want to break their streak. Like Worthing, they were an unbelievable run, weren't they? They hadn't won and lost in ages, and then we kind of put their run to a stop a little bit. So,
Why do you think that is then? That we naturally just play better against teams that are, you know, the better teams in the league?
I think it's a hard one to put your finger on, really, because you'd think, a worse team you would just walk over. But it's just, I think a lot of teams are very similar in the way they can mix it up, go long, go short. It's a very set piece team league. I think a lot of clubs have got good set pieces. Dorking, for instance. I know Torquay have got good set pieces, and I think it's really hard to put your finger on. I think maybe the shape's a little bit, so they have possession, then we have possession. You know, everyone knows their roles compared to when they get the ball, they kick it, and then they press, and then we kick it, and it just becomes a bit scrappy. And no one wants a scrappy game. Like, the better teams want to be in control of the game, and then once they're in control, you can kind of get into your mid block or low block or high, whatever you want to play. And then when you get the ball, you kind of try and keep it, and then they get in their kind of shape. So maybe more tactics involved in why we come better against better teams, maybe.
I've got a good one. Moving away from the
Go on then,
more the
Thomas.
light-hearted stuff. Five-a-side team that you've played with. You in goal.
Played with.
You in goal, a sweeper, keeper.
Okay.
Played with. Actually, do you know what? With or against?
Okay, with or against. Does this include, like, training you've trained with, or just in
trained
game?
with. Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
As a whole.
As a whole. So 4 including me.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I wouldn't put myself in there.
Balance.
Balance.
A defender.
Defender.
A defender, 2 midfielders, and then a forward.
Okay. I would put Alex Scott in midfield. Obviously, I grew up within the academy, or he joined a little bit later, but he progressed through the academy really quickly.
Yeah.
So played with him, trained with him. Unbelievable player. Don't understand how you can't get the ball off him. Like it's ridiculous. Like, he's not ridiculously quick, like, say, Theo Walcott, or he's not ridiculously skillful like some wingers out there, but you just cannot get the ball off him.
Is that through strength?
I think playing men's he played men's when he was really young, so I think that helps.
Guernsey or someone out that way. Yeah.
But unbelievable. So Alex Scott as a midfielder. I'm going to put someone who I played against when he was a bit younger, but I'm still counting it nonetheless. Jude Bellingham.
This team's looking alright, isn't it?
Only I remember playing against him. I think I was under 16s, and he was at Birmingham at the time, and I think he's playing a year group up, or I don't know how old he is, but he's definitely playing up.
was he like? Could you notice it back then? Like he was gonna be a pro.
As I remember it, I'm pretty sure he scored 2. So you don't know who he is, and I'm not very good at players. Like, there's some players who know, this is this, but I'm not very good at that as such. So I didn't really know much about him. But yeah, I remember playing him under 16s, and I remember him scoring a couple goals. So I thought he's quite good.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put him in there.
Yeah, so that's my middle 2. Defender. Played with. It's tough. I'm going to go, and it might be a little bit of a rascal shout, but just through the career he's had, and I thought he was a really solid defender, and a lovely person as well. Bailey Wright.
Oh yeah.
Australian.
Yeah.
Played for Australia. There's probably some people I'm missing out.
I mean, to be fair, your first 3 players have all been internationals at some point. I was actually expecting it.
Yeah, so he... He was at City, so we would have trained trained alongside him at times. He would have played probably for the 23s to get some match fitness at some point, so we would have definitely played with him at some point. So I'm going to put him, and he was genuinely such a nice man as well. Like, always wanted to help the youth out, which is nice to know. And then striker. Ooh. Striker. That's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah.
That is really tough. I think obviously you got Tommy, who's a very good striker. You got Sam Bell at Bristol, who's also a good striker. I'm gonna go make it a bit more difficult and just leave them out, and I'm gonna go for someone who I've played against, which is a bit more harder to do. And just because he's scored so many goals, I would go Paul Mullin.
Oh.
Quite like this little dash.
Yeah, it's not
Exactly.
exactly.
And I didn't want to be a cop out and just go for people I'm training with and stuff. So he's a goal scorer. Proven goal scorer. So I think.
Did he score against you?
Yeah. Two again, actually.
2 again.
1 or 2, yeah.
And Jude.
Yeah, God. So I think got good creativity in midfield. And then you've got a goal scorer there. Shame about the goalie, but sure you can get someone else in.
Who was, or did you have any goalkeeping hero growing up as a kid?
Anyone
Anyone that stands out?
I've really enjoyed watching, obviously, Edison. I kind of based my game off him when I was younger. Most recently, I loved David Raya. So when he was at Brentford, I thought, he's an unbelievable goalie. I remember watching him when Brentford in the champ, and I thought, wow, like, he's aggressive. He strikes the ball really nicely. He plays up from the back. So them two were really more recently. And then I love watching the Yeovil goalies, because obviously you watch a load of Yeovil games when you're back and as a kid growing up. So I did enjoy watching, obviously, Marek Stepp, and Wayne Hennessy was at Yeovil for a little while. So yeah, more close to action.
Yeah.
I know they're kind of a little bit different goalies to who I am, but
I like it now.
yeah, you can learn off them nonetheless, which is take learning from everyone, can't you? Really?
Of course, yeah. Busey, thanks, mate.
Cheers,
really
guys.
appreciate you coming on, buddy.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Lovely jubbly.
Time to do some
bud.
training, eh?